welcome to this home yoga practice. My name is Becky Brown. I've been a certified registered yoga teacher since 2007. I'm glad to have you here on this home journey with me. A couple of reminders about your yoga practice. It should never, ever hurt. If any posture that you do throughout your practice would be something that you would describe as pain, please back away from that. In addition to pain, if you feel anything that you would describe as burning, stabbing, ripping, tearing, or pulling, please don't do that either. You can find a modification or skip the pose entirely. So part of having a home practice is learning to understand that which serves your body and your needs best. So while I may be cueing a practice that's appropriate to anyone who's watching here today, and I'll give some indications if it's not, it may not be right for you today or for whatever your circumstances may be. So give yourself permission to skip a pose or perhaps just to watch a pose. So with that, you don't need much. I mean, if you have some animals to join with you in the fun today, you're welcome to do that. I got Max over here on my left and Millie over here on my right, who may be climbing all over me in practice, but I'm glad to have you. So you don't need anything. If you have a mat, you're welcome to use that. The floor works fine as well, or a towel. For this practice, we're going to be on the ground. So I would recommend taking a couple of towels to get started. So what we're going to do is start by taking these towels and folding them into about 6-inch or so strips. And when you lay on it, if you were to put it in front of your chest, it should go from your head down to a little bit about the belly button area. So towels are good, but you might need to fold it a little bit more. We're going to set it near the back of your mat. You might actually wish for a second towel, or if you have a blanket may be just enough. So for me, I'll fold a second towel and bringing this into a space. And I'll stack the towels one on top of each other. So for this, we're going to start in a reclined position with my head near the back, the towels supporting my spine. So to come to this position to get started, we'll begin by placing your feet onto the ground with your knees bent and sit about 2 fist distance or so away from the towels or the blanket. From here, we're going to slowly and carefully lie back over the towel and the blanket, ensuring that your head is fully supported. When you get into this position, ensuring that you don't have too many creatures lying around you, we'll have the head and the spine elevated, but not the armpit area. So the key to this posture here is to open the arms now out to the side in a T. You may begin to feel a sensation near the armpit area. We're opening in this posture a muscle known as pectoral minor. It attaches our chest muscle, or our chest, to our arms. And this muscle gets shortened when we keep our arms in front of us all day long, driving, texting, working on computers, holding children. So this is a passive release of that muscle. If you'd like to extend this into the lower back as well, you may begin to lengthen the legs out long. You may notice that that has a little bit of an extra curve in the lower back. If that becomes uncomfortable, bend the knees and place the feet back onto the floor. This posture, along with any others that I cue while we're here in our practice together, is not a place where you're stuck. So feel free to move and find that space that's comfortable for you. When we're here, I'll invite you now to begin to draw your attention inward. So noticing your feet, your ankles, your legs, your hips, your abdominal muscles and your organs, and then your spine. Bringing the attention all the way up from the base of your spine, up to the crown of the head. Feel the opening through the chest. the face and the jaw to relax. So in this posture, we'll stay for as long as feels comfortable for you. This one would be okay to do as much as 15 or 20 minutes. We're not going to do that today. We're just going to stay for about 30 seconds or more, right around there. So with the attention drawn inward, I'll invite you now to begin to deepen and lengthen the breath. In our yoga practice, we try to breathe in and out through the nose. But if that's not available for whatever reason today, just breathe in whatever way is comfortable for you. Noticing the smooth, steady, rhythmic, easy nature of the breath in this posture, which is one that we'd like to maintain throughout our practice. Taking 3 more beautiful breaths here in this chest opening posture to start. And then after your 3rd breath, if your feet are not already on the floor, bend your knees, place your feet onto the floor, and from here we'll roll over to your favorite side. And then use your upper arm to pull or push any of the blankets or blocks or towels out from underneath you, and then come to lying on your back with your knees bent, feet on the floor, arms down by your side, palms pressing into the mat. With that smooth, steady, rhythmic breath, I'll invite you to set an intention for our time together. Taking a deep breath in to lengthen the spine long on the mat. And on an exhalation, begin to gently draw the knees in towards the chest. And then use the hands to hug the knees in tightly. Then if you'd like to rock from side to side, perhaps rocking and rolling a little bit around on the spine. Then pausing any rocking or rolling you may be doing. From here, we'll transition into happy baby posture by bringing the knees out towards the armpits and the feet up towards the ceiling with the feet flexed. We'll then bring the arms inside of the legs, reaching for the ceiling, and grab either the feet, ankles, calves, or thighs on the outside, wherever is comfortable for you. So we're working on drawing the knees down towards the floor near your armpit area. Does not mean they're going there, that's just the direction that we're heading. Taking a deep breath in, feeling the spine pressing along the mat, feeling the opening through the hips. Then from happy baby posture, release hold of the left foot. Allow the left foot to come to the mat. We'll then take the right ankle and cross it over the left knee thigh area, making a number 4 shape with our legs. From here, energetically send the right knee away from the right shoulder. You'll begin to feel something in the outside of the right butt cheek area. If you're only feeling something in the hips or the knees, then allow that knee to come back slightly. If you're not feeling anything at all, perhaps sliding the right foot a little further over the leg so it's the ankle not on the thigh, but maybe a little past. Then if you'd like to add on from here, take a deep breath in to lengthen the spine, and on an exhale, we'll draw the left leg closer up towards the chest, bringing the right leg along for the ride. If you'd like to use the hands to help, you can reach the right hand through the space in between your legs and then use both hands to grab behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin. So drawing the legs in, so energetically drawing the left leg in, this leg in, while the right leg in the number 4 shape is still energetically pressing away. So right shoulder and right knee are trying to get further apart, but left shoulder and left knee are trying to get closer together. Take one more beautiful deep breath in here. On an exhalation, release hold of the legs. Allow the left foot to come back down to the mat. From here, we're going to tightly cross the right leg over the left, as though you have to go to the bathroom and you're squeezing it in. From here, press down into the floor with your left foot so you can lift your hips off of the mat. We'll then shift to your left hip. Bring the arms out to the side in a T. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhalation, allow your knees to drop over to the left. This is a pretty intense twist, so if this is causing discomfort in your knees, your hips, or your back, uncross the legs and have them stacked one on top of the other. In all of our spinal twists, on every inhale, we'll lengthen the spine long, and on an exhale, we'll begin to twist just a tiny bit more. Take another deep breath in, and on your exhale, we're going to uncross the legs so they're stacked one on top of the other. Then from here, lengthen the top leg long. So we're still twisted over to the left. Now the right leg, the top leg is long, feeling a little stretch as you press the right heel away. If you'd like to use the left hand that's closest to the right leg to begin to guide the right leg a little bit closer towards the left shoulder, you're welcome to do that. We're just working on feeling a bit of an opening now in the back of the right leg. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, release hold of the right leg, bend the right knee. On your next breath, we'll draw both knees back up to center, placing your feet onto the floor and centering yourself on the mat as your arms come down by your side. Pause for a moment to observe the difference between the right and left sides of your body. Take a deep breath in to lengthen the spine long, and on an exhale, draw the knees in towards your chest. Then use the hands once again to hug the knees in. From here, we're going back to happy baby. So knees come towards the armpits, feet towards the ceiling. Again, the hands reach in between the legs for the feet, ankles, calves, or thighs. And we begin to draw the knees down towards the armpit area, down towards the floor. If in baby you wish to roll a little bit from side to side, you're always welcome to do that. Happy babies are rarely still babies. And from happy baby, we'll transition to the number 4 shape pose on the other side. So keep the left foot. We'll bring the right knee to the floor, right foot to the floor, right knee towards the ceiling. We'll then take the left ankle and cross it over the right knee thigh area, making the number 4 shape with our legs. From here, energetically send the left knee away from the left shoulder. If you're feeling discomfort in the left hip or knee or ankle, you can bring that leg a little bit closer towards the shoulder, but ideally we're sending it away so we feel a stretch in our piriformis on the outside of our left butt cheek area. Then from here, if you'd like to add on, perhaps picking the right foot up, bringing the left leg along for the ride. If you want to use your hands to help, the left hand will go through the space in between your legs, and the right hand will meet the left as you draw the right leg in. So the hands will try to draw the right knee closer to the right shoulder, but the left knee is going to try to draw away from the left shoulder. Returning to the smooth, steady breath that we had at the beginning of class. And from here, we'll keep the legs in the shape that they're in, but allow the right foot to come back down to the mat. From here, we'll cross the legs tightly with the left leg over the right. Press down into the floor with your right foot so you can lift the buttocks off the mat and shift to your right butt cheek. From here, we'll bring the arms out to the side in a T. Take a beautiful deep breath in to lengthen the spine, and on an exhalation, drop the knees over to the right. Now noticing that we're different between our right and left sides, so perhaps one side is comfortable and the other side isn't as much. In here, remember, an option is to uncross the legs, or you can keep them crossed for a little bit deeper of a twist. On the inhalation, lengthen the spine long. And on the exhale, we'll twist just a tiny bit. Next, in breath, we'll uncross the legs, stacking one knee on top of the other. Then from here, we'll lengthen the top leg long, stretching the top leg. Maybe you have obstacles like me, like a couch, in the way. So straightening the top leg, maybe using the right hand towards the left leg to grab hold of it. If you want to add on a little more, we'll begin to guide the left leg, the top leg, a little closer towards the right shoulder. Pressing out through the left heel, so the straight leg heels, pressing away. Getting a nice stretch along the back of the whole straight leg. Then from here, we'll bend both knees, stacking them on top of each other once again. And then inhale the knees back up and placing the feet on the ground while the hands come back down towards the mat, palms down. Taking 3 beautiful deep breaths in and out here, as we allow the spine to reset. Then from here, on our next exhalation, we're going to press the belly button down into the mat and notice that it begins to tuck the tailbone slightly. On an inhale, we'll allow the belly to float up towards the ceiling, giving a little arch in our lower back. So I'll move this hand so you can see. We exhale and the belly presses down. Inhale and the belly floats up. So exhale, press down. Inhale, float up. So we're just tilting the pelvis and pressing the lower back or the lumbar spine into the mat. If you would like to add on from here and you have no problems with your neck, or any problems with glaucoma, or any issues with pressure in the head or the eyes, from here you can either keep rocking through the hips to your breath, or perhaps on your next breath, we'll begin to lift the hips up. So pressing into the soles of the feet, the backs of the hands, the shoulders, and gently into the back of the head. There should be no pressure on the neck. You can get your hand underneath it if you were to try. You don't need to try, but if you were to try, there's no pressure on the neck. So either moving through the hips, rolling up and down, belly pressing into the floor or not, or coming into a low bridge position. Take 2 more breaths here. And on an exhalation, we're going to slowly lower back down onto the mat. Inhale, allow the belly to float up towards the ceiling. From here, on an exhalation, draw only the right knee into the chest, using the hands to hug the right knee in. From here, we'll then extend the right leg up towards the ceiling, right heel flexed and pushing up towards the ceiling. We'll then use the hands to begin to guide the right leg towards the right eye. So we're not pulling, we're guiding. We're just using the hands to help bring the leg in. If you have a belt, it can be a leather belt or whatever belt you have, you could place it around your foot if you would like, or you can also just use your hands touching your leg. Then from here, we're going to turn the right toes towards your right ear. So now you're looking at the instep, the big toe side of your right foot. From here, we're going to gently begin to guide the right leg a little closer to the right eye. Once again, we're just looking at a different part of our foot. Then from here, releasing hold of that guidance, we're going to now turn the right toes towards the left ear. So we're actually rotating the hip and the socket slightly, and we're going to then guide the right leg closer up towards the right eye. So we're still just bringing the leg forward, we're just changing the shape of the hip slightly. Then slowly turning the right toes back towards the right eye. We'll then place the left hand onto the right foot. The right hand will go out to the side. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, we're going to allow the right leg to cross over the body, coming into a position that we've already been in. So we have this leg straight once before. Then from here, we'll bend the right knee as we did before. Inhale the knees back up to center. Exhale as we place the feet back onto the floor. Bringing the hands back down by your side once again. Pausing to observe the difference between the right and the left sides of the body. On your next exhalation, we'll draw the left knee into the chest, using the hands to hug it in nice and tight. Then from here, extend through the left leg, bringing the left heel up towards the ceiling, reaching tall while you're still pressing down with the left hip. Bringing the hands to the left leg. You're welcome to have a strap around the ball of the left foot, or you just use the hands to begin to guide the leg. So keeping the left hip onto the ground, we're going to take the left toes close towards the left eye. So that's just the direction that the toes are going, unless you're very, very flexible in the back and in the hamstring. It's unlikely that your leg will get there. Then from here, we're going to turn the whole leg. So when we turn the leg, what the result is of what we see is now the big toe side of the left foot. So we're still just going to guide the left leg up towards the left eye once again. And then turning the left toes gently past the left eye over to the right eye. So now we're seeing the baby toe side of the left foot. Begin to guide the left leg in. Still pressing out through the left heel. Then turning the left toes one more time to face the left eye. From here, we'll place the right hand onto the left leg. Bring the left hand out to the side in a T, and we'll allow the left leg, the straight leg, to drop all the way over, coming back into the position we were in just a bit ago. So the left leg is straight, the right hand has hold of it, pressing the left heel away. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, we're going to bend the left knee, stack it on top of the right, then draw both knees back up to center. Exhale, placing your feet onto the floor. From here, we'll roll back center onto the mat. Pausing as we observe the difference between the right and the left sides of the body as you bring your hands comfortably down by your side. Taking a deep breath in, and on an exhalation, draw the knees in towards the chest one more time, hugging them in tightly. Then from here, we're going to begin to rock from front to back. If this isn't possible on your spine or isn't comfortable, gently roll over to your favorite side and press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. When you get there, we'll sit on our sit bones, the two little bony masses at the base of our seat, bringing the hands right onto the kneecaps. Inhaling as we lengthen through the spine. On an exhale, we'll round the spine towards the back of the room, gazing at the navel, coming into a seated cat where we'll hold. Inhale forward to a seated cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. And then stay in this neutral position. We want to keep the chest close to the thighs. And we're going to begin to walk the feet back slightly, hands on the kneecaps. From here, coming to your tippy toes. And then maybe lifting up one set of toes or both sets of toes. So finding wherever that space is to help you balance here in that particular space. So one or both sets of toes lifted. And then maybe begin to lift the toes a little higher, higher, higher. So going to whatever position feels okay for you without getting that round C-curve spine. So we want to keep the chest close to the thighs. And then once you get to your highest point, perhaps releasing hold of the hands. Or maybe bringing the arms up overhead. Bringing the hands back to the thighs. And placing the feet back onto the ground. Bring the hands to the kneecaps, exhaling to cat. Inhaling to cow. Two more. From here, we'll keep the feet onto the floor, but bring the hands down by your side. In this position, whatever is comfortable for your wrist, traditionally taught with the fingers facing the toes, but for some folks to the side or to the back is more comfortable. So listening to your body or perhaps even fist. From here, we'll place weight into the heels of the hands and to the heels of the feet and lift the buttocks off of the mat. So we're just holding here for a moment. And then if you would like to add on more, we'll begin to bring the hips up to about hip height. You may notice the feet aren't in a comfortable position. You might need to adjust them so they're underneath the knees. Gaze is wherever is comfortable for the neck. Then from here, we'll lower all the way back down, crossing at the ankles. With the ankles crossed, sitting all the way up. So the ankles crossed and we're seated. On your next in-breath, we'll bring the arms all the way out and up. And on an exhale, laterally flex over to the right. We'll bring the right hand down to the ground and extend the left arm up and over. On an in-breath, we'll bring both arms all the way back overhead. On an exhale, laterally flex now over to the left hand down to the ground, right arm reaching up and over. Next in-breath, we'll bring both arms all the way up overhead, reaching tall. From here, we'll exhale the hands to heart center. With a tall, proud spine, we're going to see if we can change the cross of our feet without using our hands. If you need to use the hands, that's okay. But just a little try here to move the feet into the other position. Next in-breath, we'll bring the arms all the way out and up. This time on an exhale, we're going to laterally flex the spine to the left, bring the left hand down, right arm will reach up and over. So stretching long from the fingertips of the right hand all the way down to the right hip. So feel this beautiful stretch, opening through the ribs. Next in-breath, we'll bring the arms all the way out and up. On an exhale, laterally flex now to the other side. Right hand will come down, left arm will reach up and over. Again, from fingertips, from tips to hips, we're bringing that big stretch. Nice up and over. And we're stretching through the ribs, the muscles in there known as intercostals. And on your next in-breath, we'll bring the arms all the way out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pausing, taking a few breaths here. Then without using the hands once again, can we bring the soles of the feet together? And then we're going to begin to allow the knees to drop gently down towards the mat, maybe adjusting the sit bones. You're always welcome to use the hands, just a balance challenge. Next in-breath, we'll bring the arms all the way out and up. And on an exhale, we're going to hinge forward, bringing the hands forward onto the ground. And then imagine that your hands are like little suction cups, like gecko hands. And the hands are going to press into the ground while you're trying to draw the chest forward. So we're hardly going to move, but we'll feel the length in the spine. Then from here, allow the head to begin to drop down towards the feet. On an in-breath, we'll come all the way up, walking the hands back and bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. Then we'll drop the knees over to one side or another, coming into kneeling. So from here, if you'd like to follow along with my next sequence, you can try the cat-cow sequence, or you can push back into child's pose or corpse to end your practice today.